Discord, and then we'll go to game window, and we'll point you at Factorio. Game audio is Factorio. Stream title! Let me go change stream title quick. History. Restore Windows. Analytics. No, not analytics. Stream Manager. You want Stream Manager. Edit stream info. Factorio. What are we doing in Factorio today? We're doing them all. Them all. Factorio. Done. Done. So, we can now build basically anything we want. I'm going to build everything out into this mall, and it is going to be our one-stop shop for all the stuff we need. I have this belt factory, which I'm really just like not going to touch. I think that belt factory is doing great work, but I'm going to start moving everything else from this section of the base, this old section, into the new section. And so what that entails is I can do pipes, and I can do underground pipes, because I have a single belt of iron coming in this way. Grab all of my brand new fast inserters. So we'll say that you're gonna be... Actually, I wanna do a splitter, probably. Give me one of these. You go here. You're going to be pipe. You're going to be underground pipe. You'll need an inserter here, one here. We can do something like that. Like this and like this. And then we can power you. And that should sit there and work. So then we can go back into the old base, we can dismantle the pipes, and we can dismantle the gears. They are obsolete. We can also dismantle this portion of track. This portion of track does not need to exist anymore either. We're going to rip this whole thing up. Everything must go. This whole portion of the base is obsolete. Sulfur? Yeah, sulfur's obsolete. I don't know why it's still making sulfur. Actually, maybe I should just let this empty. I don't know how you're still... Oh, there's just some left in the machine. Yeah, in that case. In that case, let's let all of that empty out. You still have sulfuric acid in the machine. We should probably just take the refinery apart. Also, what is this water supplying? The concrete. So I'm willing to snip you off here. All of these refineries can get taken apart. Actually, are you in bot? No, you're not in bot construction range here. I'll do it by hand. I will. I will. All of this can go. All of this can go. Because eventually the mall is going to run here. So I actually need this space. And I also need to be very careful to not disconnect the power plant from the rest of the base, because I'm pretty sure this wire is running all of the power into the main base right now. So, really, let's just make a more robust connection now. Then I don't have to worry about it later. You go here. Here. You're a real piece of work, you know that? And here. Okay, so that is a better connection to supply power to the base. We'll rip all of these old lines up, and then we will confirm that everything is still powered in here. And it looks like it is. So this buys us a little more room. We have a lot of lubricant left over. I guess we can work through it with like robot frames. That gives us a bunch of extra room that we can play around with. The other thing that I think I would like to do... This is the steel belt. No, that's not the best way to do that. The best way to do that is actually to put it here. And put priority left. And to run it under here. Because we have killed our steel production, we need a way to empty the iron ore patch that was feeding the steel production. And so I'm just going to do this. We're going to turn this belt around. Remember that your stone is off as well, but I don't think it really matters. Your stone brick is off. Run you through like this, like this. Something like this. And then as we start to use steel up, that will kind of drain itself out. What else can I make with just gears and plates? That needs steel, you need steel. All of this is going to need steel. Iron plate, electric circuit. I can do rail signals off of this belt. So those would go here and here. You would be rail signal, you would be chain rail signal. Inventory's full. What the heck? I guess I did just pick up a ton of crap. So it makes sense. There. You go here, you go here. We're going to need a splitter here. And we're going to need a splitter here. And then you'll feed in like this, and like this, and you'll feed in like this, and like this. That'll give us rail signals and chain rail signals. And then how far up can I extend this? Up to the 2 bushes. Up to here. Is as far up as I can build it, while making sure it's in logistics coverage. So what else could I make here? No, definitely not. I'm saving power poles. I'm saving lamps. Well, I can't do lamps. I don't think anything else here. At least not stuff that I would be using in significant amounts. I could do repair packs. Repair packs will be a useful one. You would offload there. You would get a splitter here. And then you would get fed in here and here, just to keep things symmetrical. Show me repair packs. You need steel, batteries. We could do electric mining drills. You could definitely... Ooh, I forgot to put limiters on these. Hold on. We're not going to need a ton of rail signals, so these we don't need to make a lot of. And I limited you. Good. We're also not going to need a ton of repair packs. We can limit those pretty aggressively. What did I say I was going to make here? Mining drills. You will go here. Nah, I can afford to make a lot of mining drills. Give me something like that. Oh, the wall is being tested. The wall is fine. The wall has survived. You'll feed in here, you'll feed in here. Anything else here that I can make that doesn't involve steel? I know technically I could do an assembling machine, but I want to do 1s, 2s, and 3s in the same place. You could do labs, but I don't think I need to automate labs, because we're going to unlock biolabs by the time I'm ready to automate normal labs. So we can skip that, and then these are all basically going to be intermediaries. So that's kind of that row done. And the next thing that needs to exist on this belt is steel. Which I want to move like this iron belt to accommodate. So I guess let's plug that in. We're going to back you up. We're going to run you as close to this lake as we can. Like so. We'll run you up. You'll turn here. And then we'll really iron up off this belt. Are there going to be throughput issues with this mall? Yeah, definitely. But the mall doesn't need to be doing constant production all the time. The mall just needs to be good enough. And I think the mall will be good enough. And once we add steel into the equation, there's going to be a ton of extra stuff that we can make. Wait, hang on. No, because you need steel. Yeah, okay. I was like, can't you just automate the robot hubs now? We could also upgrade all of our belts if we wanted to now. But it doesn't really do much, because like these are basically optimized around getting fed by yellows. So we don't really need to do a lot with that. The iron train is arriving. A lot of iron belt. You could put a bunch of these extra pipes away. You don't really need them on you. And you can just take them back out later. That way you can finish taking this whole thing apart in one go. Yeah, like that. Okay. Then I need a 111 unloader, which is going to look really similar to you. You're going to slot in right about here. But I don't want the stations. That's going to be our steel intake. We're going to hope that it doesn't clip with the robot hub. It inevitably is going to clip with the robot hub. In fact, it's going to clip with a whole host of things. There you go. You know, actually, I don't think I need one all the way down. Because this one can actually reach everything just fine. So, I can just have you work on building this. Wrong. Here, work on this. You can have some rail, you can have some belt. You can have some power poles, but everything else you can actually just grab out of boxes. I'll make one train station stop. It will go here. We will copy you. No, that's iron ore drop-off. You will not copy that. You need steel pickup, which is way over here in a weird spot. So if you're going to be steel drop-off, your circuit condition is going to be steel less than 4.8K, because that should be 100 times 48. It is. And then we'll need to plug you in. Good. And then we'll need to signal you. Good. These signals, I think, are redundant. They need to be moved down here. And then steel train. You have the wrong fuel. So you're going to go to steel pickup until you're full. You're going to go to steel drop off until you're empty. You're going to be automatic. And then I will see you at the refueling station because you will need assistance. Train's coming? Yeah, and I don't think you can beat it. That was also pretty close. We gotta be more careful about crossing that main line. Now that the trains are moving with a bit more regularity, it's a little dicey. Park you up here. Take all your fuel. Put all your fuel back in. No train coming. And with steel, oh man. We can make everything. So you're gonna come down like that. Give me a stack of these undergrounds. You're also gonna be undergrounds. And it's gonna turn up here. Bring all your iron plates along. Also, let's make sure we're actually saturating these. We can do this here. Output right. We can do this here. Output right. You need to output right. Sort of. You need to output right. That's good enough. I'm willing to call that good enough. Then we need to run 1,000,000 undergrounds underneath this. Something like that. So what can you make now? You can make everything now. First, let's get power poles going, which is going to take steel, iron, copper, and advanced circuits. So steel and iron on one belt. Let's say like here. And we're going to want to do direct insertion. I think it's going to look something like that. Small electric pole, copper cable, medium electric pole, iron stick, big electric pole, copper cable, substation. Yeah, that's it. Alright, so that's going to be all the power lines. And then one needs to be red circuit, one needs to be steel. So you're going to go under like that. You guys come under like this. You are a little special in that you're going to need a dedicated box for wood. Stick that there for now temporarily. And then this belt needs to be iron and copper. So it's going to run down to about here. You're going to split off here. You're going to split off here. You're going to run like this. Like this. You're gonna run through like this. All of this is going to go under. So what we can put on this line, in addition to, well, let's pull the belt all the way up. This line can make anything that doesn't involve gears, and should probably make everything that does involve copper cable. So, like, I hope it doesn't have access to green circuit. It could have access to green circuit if you wanted it to. I think it's fine that it doesn't. You're going to direct insert like this, you're going to direct insert like this, you're going to direct insert like this. Boxes. Boxes. I think that's all this takes. Let's find out. Wall's fine. This looks productive. Yep, all of these are running. So what's something that takes iron and copper but not gears? And not green circuits. No gears, no green circuits. A steel chest is one. You can definitely have a steel chest factory up here. Possibly a tank factory as well? Oh, you need a box. Hang on. There you go. Tank factory as well? Yep, tank factory will work. Train car factory? Nope, those take gears. Yeah, stick with the tank factory then. And then you'll need a splitter. You'll need an inserter. You'll need a box. Those take greens and reds. Can't do a light. Decider combinators, arithmetic combinators, all that stuff I can make by hand if I need to. I'm not really stressed about that. You need green circuits. You need green circuits. We don't need to automate these. Heat pipe, heat exchanger. I want to do those on a separate belt because I want to... Well, I guess it really doesn't matter, does it? I don't think it matters. You all take either greens or gears. Yeah, I can do heat pipe and heat exchanger. So heat pipe, pipe factory, heat exchanger. Or is that too far? Technically too far. Alright, save that for another rack. And also, do not overproduce tanks. You will not need that many. Do not overproduce boxes. You will not need that many. Power lines, you may need that many. So keep those running. Next rack. What do we want to make? Train stop would be pretty convenient. So that would be iron, steel, electronic circuit, and probably gears. Yeah. Space, belt, insert. Iron, steel, iron stick. What else takes iron stick? And you could just check. Used in. That's it. Okay. So you'll make iron stick. You'll make train station. This is also going to have gears. You can make cargo wagon here. And you can make fluid wagon here. Cargo wagon. Fluid wagon. Pipe. Heat exchanger. No, because you don't have copper coming down this belt. Well, you could, actually. Hold on. Because what if you just do this? And then you kind of double dip on that belt. Install a splitter here. Make stick. Direct insert into train station. And then on the other side, you would need... No, because you wanted one more belt. That's the thing. Yeah, that isn't going to work like you wanted it to. Just stick to the original plan. Slide those back by one. In your own time, drones. And then they need to move up by one. So this belt will be crowded, for one. I actually think I want to back it up one more, just to make it easier to pipe the belt through here. Put you, like, right there. We'll say that this is going to be green circuit and gear. And then the other side is going to be iron and steel. So that splitter would occur here. Thereabouts. Does that look about right? I think it looks about right. Give me another couple undergrounds, a belt, here, or a couple of splitters. We definitely still have gear throughput issues. But we're working through it. Okay. And then what do you need? Well, you need stick, which takes iron. I actually don't remember what any of the rest of this is. This is cargo wagon. This is pipe. This is fluid wagon. This is storage tank. But wasn't there something else that I could make up here? Light? No, not light. You need copper cable for that. Not locomotive either. Oil refinery? No. You could make chem plant up here. Do you need pipe? No. So you could do second pipe manufacturer, chem plant. Something like that. This wall feels like it might be a little bit of a problem. Those are pollution attacks. We might need to go reinforce that section specifically. So you make rods. You direct insert into here. You direct insert into here. You direct insert into here. If I just run power pull straight down the middle, it covers all the inserters that I need. Same spot? Different spot. That's a much bigger attack. That's not triggered by a pollution cloud. Alright, the wall is going to need some reinforcement in a few places, I think. So you'll go here. You'll go here. You'll go here. You'll go here. You know, there's probably a more straightforward way to do this once we actually get logistic drones, but I'm gonna stick with this for now. That'll turn that on. This also just kind of gives me what I need to be able to build with a bit of convenience. Even if it's not necessarily optimized. Oh, that connects the whole grid. Very interesting. But you don't have power. Very interesting. Now you do. You make pipe. You make pipe. You need steel, gears, green circuits. Okay. I can do that for you. Tanks, we don't really care. You need steel and gears. And we don't need a lot of you. We also don't need a lot of you. And probably also don't need a lot of you. Okay. It's not ideal, but it should let us be functional for a little while. I can add a third rack in here. Well, is there any, like, exosuit stuff that I could make as long as it's just sitting there? No processing unit. No low density structure. What about turrets, though? No battery. Radar. You could move your radar manufacturer up here. Nah, I kind of want to get back to building. And specifically what I want to get back to building is I want to turn science back on. So first we need to find a place for science to live. Because science is going to be a lot of assembly. And out here actually looks kind of promising. We've got a decent amount of space out here. There is kind of a cliff in the way. We could also extend it out here, but that space is kind of being used. Up here also looks a little appealing. Actually, up here looks really nice. Or, I guess we could have it in a couple places. We could also shove some down here. The point being, I'm going to start working on moving science onto trains. And given that I would really just like to start producing, I think it makes the most sense to start with yellow science, which is going to involve low-density structures. So the low-density structure factory, I've actually had earmarked for going out here already. And we just need to figure out how much of it we're going to produce. So if we make an LDS in here, no question the limiter on your throughput is going to be copper plates. You can fit 15 in a row. I'm going to round that up to 16. 4, 6, 8, 16. We'll have 2 belts that run down the middle. We're going to need long-handed inserters, which we make. And then we'll need blues. No, this isn't right. Hold on, you're doing this wrong. You don't need to go that hard. You need here, here, yeah. You don't need that much insertion. Something like that. That's also going to need help. The wall is not as strong as I thought. But I think I'll wait for it to break, and then I'll just go and repair it. And then your output is going to be like this. Actually, do I just want to do this as a big line? I could just do it as a big line. Big lines are kind of fun. And it's not like we're going to produce enough LDS as the output to saturate a yellow. So I don't need to worry about like belt splitting it or anything fancy. So it would be 4 of these. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it would be 4 of those. So that power line needs to go. Hop in the tank. Let's go drive up there. We have our blueprint ready. We can just go and build the thing. You can park up right about here. And then it's this wiring that needs to get adjusted. Just plug you in over here. So now I can take all of this down. And I do think I probably want to have robot-assisted building here. I can reach already. We're good. Because robot-assisted building is just going to make this go so much faster. So you'll do something like that. Oh, you need output. You'll do that. And then you'll do this. Copy you. Paste you up here. You need to figure out where your trains are going to pull in, though. You do need to figure out where your trains are going to pull in up here. I guess you could loop them in, like, through here. It's kind of ugly, but... So you would spur off like this. Roughly. And then you'd have one of these. And then you would need a 141 copper unloader, which you can borrow from here. You'll just need to reverse the direction on the belt. Well, not even necessarily. This is all going to be temporary anyway. I'm not that worried about it. The foundries are going to obsolete this whole blueprint, basically. You actually need two intakes. Because you need 4 trains to stop here. Is this even going to be enough space? It might not be, you know. It may not be enough space. Let's try this instead. Given that this thing is likely to be temporary, what if we just put it over here? And we went 1, 2, 3. Four. And we said that was your LDS. And then you got rid of all this. You know? And then you pull the RoboPort over here. So you actually got things in construction range. And you just had them go to work. And then you also picked up a bunch of your mining roads, because they're expired. Hey, Vision. How's the actual base building going? It's going, but not as smoothly as I wanted. Because there's actually still a bunch of random stuff that I need to plug into the train network. So we've got belt manufacturer, we've got inserter manufacturer, we've got pipe manufacturer, rail signal manufacturer, repair pack manufacturer, drill manufacturer. We have tanks, chests, we have all power lines, we have train stations, we have train cars, we have tank cars, and we have chem plants inserting the wrong direction. And that's all I've got for now. I can't do furnaces because bricks aren't on the belt yet. There is a bunch of stuff that I can't do because I don't have like random miscellaneous resources, basically. So I took a break to work on the LDS factory because we're going to need that regardless. And we'll get back to normal base stuff when we're done with that. So each of these is 16, but really I can only do 15 per second. So 0.05 times 15 times 4 is 3. We're going to be producing 3 LDS per second. I would say very easily a yellow belt can handle that. But the exciting thing is that as soon as the LDS is done, we could technically go to space. And we might. The robots can't reach these rocks. You're going to have to do it by hand. So we need copper unloading. But I want it to be flipped horizontally, but I can't because there's a train station attached to it. Do I have a copper unloading that goes the other way somewhere? Am I going to do the armor stuff before space? I am. But the obstacle to that is that batteries aren't on the belt right now, I think. Like, I could make... Electric engine units also aren't on the belt. I may, at this point, just sit down and handcraft a power armor. No, I want a personal nuclear reactor first, and then I will. That was my obstacle, was powering it. So can you show me a copper drop-off that unloads the right way? I don't think I've built. But I can take an iron drop-off and I can change it. I can take you and I can put you in like this. And then I can change this from iron plate drop-off to copper plate drop-off. And then just change what your criterion is. And because copper is the thing we use by far the most, that's going to get its own dedicated belt. The big thing that I want to automate before we go to space is platforms. I don't want to be handcrafting platforms. So, well, LDS technically doesn't get us that. I do need a bunch of stuff to automate platform goodies later. So this will save me a bit of time. I would also very much like to have a roboport out here to make the construction go faster. I like the way this red circuit factory turned out. I like the way the copper stubs in at the end. I think that's really neat. I'm pleased with it. But yeah, before we go to Volcanus, we will have a fully operational suit of power armor. Being on other planets without personal roboport is kind of a nightmare. So we'll definitely get that taken care of. This has drained all of the iron ore out. I enjoy that. I want to make 2 of you. You need more red circuit? You can get more red circuit. I want to put one down here and just leave it and let it dismantle that whole thing. And then I'll take one with me to work on the low density structure plant. I also want to do like a, I think I want to do an engine. I think I want to train engines. Just because they get used in like 3 or 4 different things. I definitely want engines on the train bus. But I think I'm also going to want engines to go to like the blue science factory. And I'm also probably going to want engines to go to a couple other things as well. Like if I decide to train electric engines, I think I'd probably want to have engines on the train network for that. What's this belt? That's your stone smelting. That is probably dead, and you could probably rip it up, but let's leave these drones to work for a little bit, and we'll go back to the LDS plant. We also need to get uranium hooked up to the train network at some point. I think I was just drastically underestimating the amount of things that need to be attached to the logistics network. And so we're going to run around for a little bit, continuing to hook things up. Oh, you're going to be really shitty about connecting, aren't you? Yep. Here's fine, because you are just temporary to build this. You don't need to be there long term. So what's not in the network? What's not in the network is basically only rail. And then you're gonna be this fancy little guy. You're gonna come up here. No, like really, this one has to be just temporary. These roboports will get ripped out. Sooner or later. They're only here to help build. You're going to be a train station. You are going to handle steel unloading? 111 steel unload? Yes. And then you'll come up here. With the remaining belt that you have, you should probably figure out how these are going to join. Give me a gap of 2, 1 steel, gap of 2, 1 plastic. Right? 0.25 plastic times 60? $15? Yeah, you're going to use exactly 1 yellow belt of plastic. Okay, so you'll live there. Plastic unload is going to live here. We're just going to reverse this belt, because we don't actually want you to go that way. We want you to go this way. How did I do the more compact unloads over here? That sound. Okay. I just like that a lot more. It feels more compact. I don't know if it is actually more compact, but it feels more compact. And you can go into a 2-to-1. We'll run you out here. Get rid of this rock. I think surprising nobody. The low-density structure train will be A111. It's going to be a 111 load, which is going to look a little something like this. Yeah, and the belt is even pointing the same direction. So you're going to be 111 LBS pickup. And this belt is just going to run right along like that. We're going to grab this interchange. It's going to go here. We're going to put the rail down because our bots don't know what that is. Run it all the way back out here. And then you're going to turn here. And you're going to turn here. And we're going to need to re-signal this whole junction. Like this. Like this. Like that. Run this out here. Plug that into there. Still have to build your manifolds out here. You won't need to be underground. We can save ourselves the hassle there. And then if you actually finish this thing, you can just copy paste it. To go here, here. And then the last one's going to be different because it doesn't need to use splitters anymore. It's going to go like this. Is that all covered by logistics? It is, so drones will take care of the rest of that. Also, this seems exceptionally perilous. I probably shouldn't leave my car parked on an active train track. Let's get the hell out of there. But everything that the drones need to build that exists in the logistics network, except for assembler 2s. So I actually need to put the assembler 2s in myself. I don't know where they're finding them. I must have just had some left over in a box somewhere. But I'm not making those in a place that is accessible to drones. So, you guys knock yourself out. I'm gonna go do some other stuff around the base, and I'll be back later. See you. Like, let's continue to rip up this, this steel smelting. How are you guys doing over here? You're out of power over here. Oh, because you ate your own power pole. Yeah, classic mistake. There you go. Should be able to take care of the rest of that now. You can also rip this up. All of this can move. There is a metaphor in there somewhere. It's that robots are kind of not very smart. The one other thing you do need to set up, actually, is you need to set up an LDS train. Locomotive and cars and all that. All of this can go. We'll leave you there for the time being. What's your problem? Oh, I know what your problem is. All the drones flew away to another roboport in range when they couldn't charge themselves at that roboport. So I gotta go make some more and populate that roboport again. Why not? Why shouldn't I make 200? How are you guys doing up here? You're doing... okay. You're progressing. This entire thing isn't hooked up to power. That's true. I should probably plug you in. At least somewhere. So you can start making LDS. Not even looking, I'm just going for it. Really? What's your problem? Holy fuck. Game audio choppy there. Alright. I tried one fix. That fix has apparently not worked. I will try something else. I wasn't scared. Probably should have checked to make sure I had good coverage on this electrical network. But I didn't. Oh, that's gonna be irritating, though. Okay. It was fun using wood power poles. Does the upgrade planner... The upgrade planner doesn't give a fuck about wood poles. I can cross. I'm just gonna bring 100 medium poles up here. Can I set it? Oh, I can. Well, well, well. Good tip. There we go. And then I don't need you. I didn't know you could do that with the upgrade planner. That's kinda neat. That's kinda neat. So you guys are going to continue working on that. Let's go actually make the LDS train, which is going to involve getting a bunch of rocket fuel. 6 to be exact, to fuel this thing up initially. Why are we running? Oh, never mind, we're not. We're good. Also for modules, that's a good tip. I should use it more than I do. Train? No train. You're good to cross? This can go. It's no longer necessary. Give me a couple rail cars. And then let's go get some engines. What's your problem now? Oh, I didn't put the bots in. That would be the problem now. There you go. Get to work. How many weeks did I make it on MapComp? It's still ongoing. I think I did 2 consecutively, and I'm still working on the 3rd. Just lately, every time I feel like I want to play, or I want to stream, I'm like, I'm just going to play Factorio. We'll MapComp when we run out of good other games to play. But Factorio too strong. Factorio too good game. Like, why would I map comp when I could go to space? Where'd I park? Where'd I park? Hello? I drove over here. Oh, there it is. Literally, like, staring right at it. And then lost it? Where am I? Am I losing my... Oh, it's up there. It's on the bus. It's on the bus. I didn't think it was time to end stream already, but apparently I'm already losing. To be fair, the fights against SHW were using a lot of my neurons tonight, so I guess I get it. I guess I understand why I feel like I have almost no brain power left. Zoop. Zoop. Give me you, and you. These aren't connected right now, so let's at least connect them. And then I need to fuel you. Yeah. LDS are kind of like, they're brown colored. So how do I make a brown? I feel like it would be heavier red. It's like a tan. It's kind of LDS. 230, 190, 120. You know, it's close enough. You're going to have a 111 low fuel interrupt. And then I'm just going to leave you there. So that's going to be LDS done. What else do I need to work on? Let's drive around a little bit. Pick up some of our old mines. We need to make a stone smelter. We also need to make a stone train for raw stone. we need to make an engine factory to put engines onto belts. We need to make a yellow science factory. Which I could do... I could turn on yellow science like right now, actually. And I probably should, because there's like a lot of good yellow techs. No, because you need flying robot frames. How are you going to get flying robot frames delivered? How many flying robot frames do you need? That's the better question. Point 1. And you make... You're not going to make any in the old base, because they take steel. These things are not going to produce forever. And also, they only make 0.03. Okay, you need to make the engine factory, and you need to make the electric engine factory. Which means you need to make a battery factory. Woof. Okay. Alright. Okay. Alright. Okay. But you can't even make an engine factory yet, because your gears factory is so shit. But you're automating stack and servers now. Okay, here's the plan. Sorry, there's a lot of things that need to happen at once. This is taking care of itself. Don't worry about that. That's fine. By the time we get back, it'll be built, and we'll be producing low-density structures, and that's fun. What we need to do is we need to go and retrofit all of our mines to use stack and servers. And holy fuck, do we have a lot of them. Yellow tech is best tech, and I really want to rush it because there's some good stuff stuck behind yellow, but at the same time, I don't want to rush it because I'd rather just plug it into the logistics model in the way that it's intended. So here's how we load trains faster. The more ore we can shovel onto a train at once, the better off we'll be. This iron ore patch is down to 3 belts. Missing 458 belts, and that's it. But it's fine, because the belts factory is working away on it. I'm gonna grab some extra rail. No, I'm not. I don't have the belts for it. I was gonna say, as long as I'm gonna be driving around out here, I might as well set up some more mines, but I don't have the belts to make mines right now. Which means I also kind of don't have the belts to make factories right now either. But, say Livy. I can at least recoup some of my busted drills that no longer have anything to do. The coal train, for as infrequently as it runs, will now load faster. And I think the engine factories are going to go along this diagonal out here. Right about here is, I think, where I'm going to peel it off. So I need this junction specifically to go right about here. I really love just being able to copy and paste this shit. Should I save it as blueprints? Yeah, maybe, but whatever. That's wrong. There you go. You don't have any trains coming up here, so you don't need to worry about standing on rails. No, that's not true. An oil train could come blasting through here and run you down. So you do need to be a little careful. Whatever, I'm gonna do it anyway. I don't care, I'm crazy. I think you also need a signal? No, wrong. How have I gotten my... Oh, you need a signal. There we go. So rail comes out like this. An engine factory is going to need 4 total loading and unloading bays. It's going to need, for intake, gears, steel, and iron. Gears, steel, and pipe. Ugh. No, gears, iron, yeah. Gears, steel, and pipe. How much pipe? How many engines? How many engines, indeed? What is going to be your limiting reagent on engines? And how many pipes can you cram into an engine? 1.5 to 0.15. Okay. I can run 10 engine assemblers off of 1 pipe assembler. .0.15 divided by 0.07 is 214. I don't think I'm going to be making 200 engine manufacturers. How many engines would it even give me? It would give you 15 engines per second. If you had 15 engines per second, how many electric engines could you make? You could make 15 electric engines per second. And if you had 15 electric engines per second, how many flying robot frames could you make? $15 divided by 0.03. No, it would be 15, because it's a 1-to-1. So you could make 15 flying robot frames per second, which would be 15 divided by 0.03. That would be 500 yellow per second. No, it wouldn't be. It's 0.1. It would be 50 yellow? There's no way. Hold on. I'm using Factorio calculator for this. My math is notoriously bad. Factorio lab. I'm gonna go poke around in another browser real fast. So let's just say that we want to make yellow science, right? Technology. No. No. Intermediate? No. Where the hell does science live? It's intermediate products, man. Oh, there it is. I see it. I found it. Let's say that I wanted to make 500 science per minute, right? That would require 111 flying... Well, how much would it consume, though? You know, it wouldn't consume a horrible amount. The biggest limiter would be 333 blues per second. Am I equipped for that? 0.07 times 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Oh, 0.07 times 10 times 4. No, you make 2.8 per second. You make 168 per minute. You're making half as many chips as you need. So 200 science per minute is probably a better target to shoot for. Which means you actually only need 14. You only need 14 engine manufacturers. Yeah, we're not gonna overbuild this. If I need 14 engine manufacturers, I'm gonna say that Really, I want like 3 times that amount. Because I'm going to be using it in other stuff. So that would go your pipe. You make 1.5 per second, and then 10 of you consume 1.5 per second if you're making engines. Is this true? Yes. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You would have an input belt that feeds iron, and then you would have an export belt that removes engines. For the sake of inserter simplicity, and like not belt weaving things, you would go like this. Little something like that. And then on the far end, we would have both gears and steel. And those would get picked up by reds. And it's basically the same factory as the LDS, just with a little pipe manufacturer stapled onto the end. And then this comes back down this way. And that's basically you in a nutshell. And then we'd want 3 of these. Let's say we want 4 of these. 2, 3, 4. We should probably power them as well. You want to use big power poles for this, though? You learned your lesson from last time? So it's something like that. To here, to here, to here. Oh, and then you also want these to be engines. Obviously. So that would be an engine factory. Grab this. Save it for now. This, you don't actually need. And then we'll tear it down. Because we need to figure out how the rail is going to come in for it as well. In fact, I think I know how the rail is going to come in for it already. We're going to do interesting things on diagonals. This is a big step, though. Automating engines unlocks a ton of stuff that we can make. So that will be very nice to have around. For intake, you're going to need iron. That's going to be your big station. So do that one first. Iron is going to look like this, and you need to figure out how it's going to fit in. You should be able to fit it right about here. Then this is going to extend just a little bit further. As soon as the ghost wants to cooperate. Would you just... There you go. And then you're going to come in like this. You're going to be 1-2-1 gears drop off. And there's a lot of fitting things in that goes into Factorio. It's a very sexual game. I didn't make it that way. But it is a very sexual game. You're going to be gears drop off. Then in the middle, you're going to have a big complex set of unloaders. This is going to come around like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Gears. Oh, this isn't going to work. This needs to be engine loading. Which, I don't need to tell you this. It's going to be a 111 train. So grab a 111 loader. Like you. You'll be perfect. You're going to go right there. We'll have a gap of 2. And then we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we'll have a gap of 1, 2, 3 at the top. So you should go right there. You're going to come along like this. You're going to turn up. That's going to be iron plugged in. You're going to come around like this. I actually have the undergrounds on me, so I can just do this for you now. Then this belt is going to run the other direction. And everything past here is going to be unnecessary. Because we'll do the gears unloading and the steel unloading on the other side. Gap of 2. Engines are going to come up this way. Gap of 2, keeping it level with train stops. You'll come back down. We'll have some underground work here. You're also going to need splitters here, here, and here. Something like that. You also don't need to extend that far. And then for train unloading on this side, we need the steel unloader. Which does need to get flipped. Oh. There's a problem with doing it this way. Well, no, there's not. It's only a problem if you let it be a problem. No, actually, you could still have a problem doing it. No. Leave yourself a little bit of space, and it'll probably be fine. Like that. I think I need to put the station in to know how it's going to sit there. Need to put the rail in to know how it's going to sit there? Whatever. It's probably fine. And then I also need the gears train, which is going to be a 1-2-1 gears unload. You also need to get flipped. Bring the track with you, though. Kind of important to know where the track is. You're going to go like that. But you're going to come up and over. Up one more. And then you're going to come back down. Right here. Does this give you enough space to work with? I think it does, because the splitter is going to go here. You're going to go underground. A splitter is going to go here. It does. It gives you exactly enough space to work with. Actually. Uh-oh. Where did we lose a wall? Here? Yeah, we lost a wall up there. Alright, let's go fix that shortly. This is going to go here, but you're not going to be a splitter. You are going to be just a belt. And then we're going to copy and paste just you. And you're going to go here. But you're going to need to be a splitter again. Starting to feel like it would have just been easier to make this thing by hand. And then the last one requires no splitters at all. It just goes like this. Have I ever been tempted to do a sushi belt base? I have, because, well, have you played Space Age yet? Because I don't want to spoil it or anything for you. But I actually think sushi is the easiest way to handle a lot of Space Age elements. It's less about feeling tempted to do sushi and more that the easiest way to manage a space platform by far is just to sushi it. So I need to pull you all the way down here. We're wasting so much real estate down here, but who cares? 2, 4. Take it down to like here. And then plug it in. Could you just be normal? Thank you. I really hate how much space this wastes. Well, you know what? Actually, maybe it's not that bad, because we could double it, and we could go like this. And we would still not tax the input. So why wouldn't you? Sure. If you can just build it twice as big for free, why not? Easy. Let's go fix this wall up. Go get that taken care of. Should have been this one up here, I think. No, it's not. It's the one over on the other side of the base, actually. Still waiting on 89 belts to get delivered before the LDS plant turns on. Also probably need to fuel the nuclear reactor fairly soon, if I had to guess. Gears plant is doing wonderful work. It looks so small, but it's doing its job. That mine is churning away. And then if we head north up here, I believe this is where the break occurred. It is. Dunk. And then it's very simple. If this wall is taking too much damage, add more guns. We'll see how that holds up. Let's go look at the LDS plant. And then depending on how that's going, we're going to need to grab a ton of rail and a little bit of signals. And maybe like 10 roboports as well. Although I don't wanna have the robots do too much. Because otherwise nothing is going to get done. If I stretch their network out too heavily, they'll have trouble accomplishing even the most rudimentary tasks. So let's at least hook this up, and we can kind of start getting resources to flow in. Copper plate drop-off has not summoned a train. That's because you are drinking all of my copper, and that's because we're only mining one copper patch. We need to be mining more copper. Fortunately, this is a thing that is achievable. Although, I do. If I'm going to be setting up a bunch of copper mines, I want to extend the robot network out to actually hit that engine plant. So that the base is doing something while I'm gone. Because they are about to be done with that portion of the LDS plant. And so when they're done, I want them to be able to move on to the next task. And the next task is going to be the engine factory. We have used all of our nuclear fuel. Time to craft a bit more. Time to extend the chest chain. Time to borrow steel from somewhere. We can make none, because we have none iron plates, but we can address that issue. You'll be fine. The copper train currently can't be summoned. There is no risk to you. Only 5. We need way more U-238. Granted, it makes 50, but we need more. There we go. Alright. We can let you run for a bit. The LDS plant appears to be done. Let's confirm this. Let's also grab a bunch of gears. What are you guys upset about here? Out of logistics space? You're out of logistics space. Well, I can steal a couple belts from you. I can steal iron ore from you. And then maybe you'll have some better luck finding things to do. Yeah, now you're charging. I should attach them to the network. I should let them participate. I do have 200 robots in that port. And a ton of stuff in the box itself. It wouldn't be hard to link them up. Yeah, I'm gonna make like 10 roboports. I'll link you up, and then I'll link up the engine factory. Really something you could just put in the mall at this point. No, it would bleed you dry on gears. You're still not making enough gears. Just handcraft all of those. Be content with yourself. Fuel up the nuclear reactor. Nuclear reactor is full. Your uranium fuel is almost on auto-crafting, and then you can give your robots a secondary bit of storage. And then you can connect them to the broader world. Like so, and like so. That roboport obviously is going to have to get moved eventually. But for now, it's fine. And then go connect them up to the job site. I think, yeah, I thought I saw you coming to try and repair this car. Thank you. I appreciate your work. So best place to plug in is probably going to be pulling off of this and running them due east. So we'll do one there. We will have to power you. And you. And then from here, we can run them diagonally up like this. I need to actually place them to see where the outlines can go, which is annoying. but we persevere. You can go over here. And how much does that cover? Not a lot. I need one to run down like this. And I also need one to run up like this. And I need one more. And then you should probably also stub in a power connection like that. And then stick the last one like here. So I think even if these aren't powered, that summons robots, right? It does. But I want to power some of these for more convenient charging while they're out here. We'll run this down from up here. So I think my robot... Well, no, they are making the journey. Yeah, they can make it. Here they come. And now they're dying. Here, I'll give you guys some power at this robot. You can use that one. We'll say that's good enough. So they don't know where to find rail, and they're going to need blue assemblers. I'm going to take the lazy solution to both of these. And I'm just going to extend my logistics grid network so that it actually... You guys could go here if you wanted. You know? I guess they don't want to. I'm just going to extend my logistic grid so that it actually covers the rails and the assembler 2s that I have in the base. And then they'll be able to reach. You're probably going to need gears to do that. No, you're out of steel to do that. But also you are going to need gears. Well, go get your steel first. Go get your gears. Make 4 of them. Where's the easiest place to reach? Probably running this one along the top. If I had to guess. One more like here. And then one like... Oh, he's not gonna reach. Really, I want him like here. So we'll just stick a bunch of undergrounds in. Because I think that's where you need to live. Power you. Power you. Very briefly, power you. you are allowed to use those rails. You are allowed to use those T2 assemblers. Are you missing anything else that you can't currently grab? No. I make everything else. Although I can give you the spare belts that are in here. If you could reach. But you can't. Because you need more red circuits. It's a lot of spaghetti right now, but we're working on an organizational system long term. It's not always going... This is not how it's going to look in the future. This is how it's going to look in the future. We're just still in the transition period. We're still figuring some things out. I gotta unload some crap in this inventory. You can replace a lot of inserters, and that'll probably free up some space. They also still... You need red circuits. Don't get distracted. Get your red circuits first. Once you have your red circuits, you can worry about doing other stuff. It is always in the transition phase, but... No, it's just always in the transition phase. At least at this point, we have a pseudo-functioning logistics network that can sort of grab us things that we need and can sort of build for us. So we can divide and conquer a little bit. There. Now the drones can reach the extra belts that are getting made in the base. And with that done, we need to go install all these new inserters, and then I'm probably going to be done for the night. So let's swing around to all of our current mining outposts, replace all of our fast inserters with bulk inserters. And then that's where we'll call it. So when we return to Factorio on Friday, after regularly scheduled Guild Wars 2, we are going to be finishing the engine factory, which is really just like a drone job right now. We're going to be building the electric engine factory, which should not be difficult, because it's just electronic circuits, a thing we make already, and a bunch of lubricant. We will make the flying robot frame factory, which is going to require a battery factory, which still, like, shouldn't be super complicated, I don't think. Because batteries are just iron, copper, and sulfuric acid, and we make all of that already. And then when that's done, we can automate yellow science, and we'll be producing about 250 to maybe 300 per minute. We'll scale up some of our other sciences to match, and we'll start working on our first space platform. How many hours do I have total in Factorio? Let me find out for you. I am currently at 2,069.9 nice hours in Factorio. I will probably hit 2,070 before the end of the stream. It is about 100 hours away from being my most played game. It's getting very, very close to dethroning City Skylines. These can come with... I think I upgraded you to greens already. I did. Just at 2,300. Congrats. And I feel like I don't know where the bottom is on Factorio playtime. Honestly, like, it's a good game to just sit down and play. I haven't done conversion mods or anything like that, but even if I had, like, sometimes I just want to watch the factory run. And I want to fiddle with, like, a couple things that are 98% optimal instead of 100% optimal, and then, like, holy cow. It's been 6 hours. Outside Guild Wars 2? Let me ask Oliva. Oliva will know the answer to that question. Yeah, outside Guild Wars 2. Guild Wars 2 is like 6,100. Which is still not as much as other people who play Guild Wars. Now, if you want to talk about World of Warcraft, I probably still have more playtime in World of Warcraft than Guild Wars. And I haven't played World of Warcraft for like 4 years. High school was a destructive time in my life. We played a lot of WoW. Most played Steam game is 3,300 hours on RL2. What the hell is RL2? RL2? RL. Oh, Rocket League! Yeah, Rocket League. That makes sense. Yeah, the 2 was kind of throwing me for a loop. I was like, Resident Evil? Why is this dude playing 3,000 hours of a Resident Evil game? But no, that makes sense. Sorry about that, power pole. Didn't see you there. What other mines need to get upgraded? I think those are the only ones that are actually train supplied right now. There's a lot of stuff we still have to tap. How's the building going? Decent. I am going to go power that last robot hub, though. Just to keep it running. It's the one, like, up here, right? Should be you. And I could just pull down from the coal. Yoinkies you down, like, this way. Okay. I don't want to tap you because I'd have to expand the rail network. You're also not. Do I have one more on me? I do. Fine. You can make more. Oh, it's because I didn't power you. That makes perfect sense. There we go. No, wrong. There we go. Look up tidied up later. Don't worry about it. Don't cry about it or whatever. And why are you missing a station? What were you supposed to be? Gears? I think you were supposed to be Gears drop-off. You're 111 steel, you're 121 gears. Yeah. Alright. So, all we're waiting on is robots to take care of that. Let's go take a look at the copper mine, because copper is our new bottleneck, apparently. And I can see why. Because we're really starting to run out of... Also, dead turret. R.I.P. Take care of all these unnecessary drills. take care of this unnecessary power. Replace you with the stack inserter. Really? But why? For what? For what purpose? Don't you dare. You can just put it in a box, it's fine. So now you've really kind of... You fucked yourself a little bit. That's okay. How much belt you got? How many miners you got? You could blueprint in a mine, and then you could be done. Actually, I see the exact mine I can use. It requires almost no rail to get to it. It's just right down here. This is going to be our next copper mine. And it's a doozy. How much copper you got in there? 10 milli? Holy cow. 3 maps, 3 keys. Congratulations. Did you open them immediately, or are you practicing delayed gratification? This is gonna be a big mine. Holy shit. Let's see. I can put you, like, here to start. This is going to be a 6 belt output mine. Oh, fuck. There we go. Okay, trim the excess. Trim the excess. Good. We're probably going to have to loop around this way and then load, like, here. And I have no rail on me, so I can't even blueprint it out. But that's fine. We'll need a 6 to 4 throughput unlimited. And then you're going to loop around like this. Give me copper loading. I really don't like much about this station, but it'll kind of tell me where I need to go. Wait, what if... Ooh. Oh, that's kind of slick with it. That's kind of clean with it, though. The station's in the wrong place. I mean, everything's in the wrong place. But we can chop and screw it a little bit. Because you're going to go there. Oh, I hate that it just, like, show me... Okay, you know what? We're hand-making rail. Immediate open. Let's go. 15 gold and a couple dies. Let's go. Primers are always nice for that random time that somebody drops, like, a decade enhancement station. Load here. Kill. Get our blues in. Get our greens in. This is going to be copper. I can hook you up immediately. Circuit conditions correct. I'm actually going to need to pull you out a little further because I don't want you to conflict with this junction too badly. It's going to go about like that. Move all those back. Put all the... As far as away the robot. The robot network is so far away. I want to bring drones down here, man. I want to bring drones. Oh, so tired running back to base already. You give a guy one logistics network, and all of a sudden, he never wants to work a day in his life ever again. What's my least favorite Corteria region? Oh, that's bad. Least favorite. I think it might be the Char lands. What are those called? Like Blaze Ridge Steppes, Iron Marches, Ascalon Hills. I do not like those. I do not think they are good. I would not say I have a fun time in them. Ascalon, that's it. Yeah, I do not like Ascalon. I think that zone for zone, it's a bit of a normie take, but the human regions, I think, are probably the best. I think that Ascalon is probably the worst. I think that Shiver Peaks have the highest variance. I think some of my favorite zones overall are Norn areas. I also think that some of my least favorite zones in the entire game are also Norn areas. And I really don't have any strong feelings either way about the Sylvari regions or the Asuran regions. Primarily because I think they only have like 2 regions, and then you're into human land. You're like, hope you enjoyed Metrica Province. Bitch, here's Brisbane Wildlands. Let's get you involved with some centaurs. Oh, you wanted more plot for your special race? Too bad, man. Suck it up. Belt 6 is really kind of a shitty belt. This thing's going to be 5-4 in no time. But for now, I'll run it like it's 6-4. I swear, as soon as I have this plugged in, we're done. We'll be done before 1:30 a.m. Hop in the whip. We need belt. We need wooden power pole. We need... I think that's it. Just belt, wooden power pole. I'm no looking. I'm in a rush. Fellow copper plate train, lovely to see you. You don't have bulk inserters for unloading yet. Let's fix that. That will up our copper throughput pretty substantially. Also, why are you not saturating these belts? Care to explain yourself? Is it because the copper just ran out and I caught you at an unfortunate time? You don't look like you're reaching all the way up here. No, you are. Okay, I caught you at an unfortunate time. I understand. You're not in trouble. Have all of my belts been eaten at this point? No, they haven't even been touched. So what's the holdup? You're short on bots. Probably because the travel time is so long, if I had to guess. I'm sure if we look at the map, it's just going to be bots scattered to the four winds. But, oh well. And then also, are you making LDS yet? No. Why? Because plastic's not powered, for one. So we can do that. But for two, because you haven't gotten a shipment of copper yet, and that's actually a problem. Because if we're stretched on copper now, before we even start to make low-density structures, low-density structures consume the most copper of, like, anything. So we definitely need to up that a bit. Good night, later night for you. I will be probably like 5 minutes behind you at this rate. I'm going to finish this copper patch, and then I'm also going to bed. Well, not going to bed. I'm going to upload 2 VODs and then go to bed. Maybe move some laundry over before bed. Amanda's back tomorrow, so I gotta make sure the house is like a little presentable. I got through some chores. Not as many as I wanted to, but I think the house mostly looks like it hasn't been lived in. Mostly. She'll tell me. 19 attacks? Holy shit, man. They hate that wall. Alright, so you now technically can summon trains to you. But you won't, because there is nothing being loaded. In order to load things, I need to plug you in, and it's going to be easiest to plug you in from the oil field to the north. So we'll just run this up here. That'll do. So that will start a small handful of the miners, and the rest we can hook up in due time. But if we finish the poles first, then we can just click and drag the miners. And then we'll just install all these. I didn't install belt either. Hold on. I gotta fix that first. Run you through here. I wonder if we're taxing our grid that badly yet. No, nuclear is just really holding us wrong. And that reactor is technically only half capacity. Because there's still 2 more reactors that we could plug in if we need to. So I think that thing is going to last us a very long time. And then just this. A little bit of this. That is a completed copper mine. Oh, you don't have boxes to load into right now. Yeah, I knew I forgot something. Alright, one more quick trip back to base, and then we're done. For real this time? For real. FR, FR. You can also drop off some of these miscellaneous ores we've gotten from somewhere. Do you want these? And then do you want these? We're gonna need 24 of those. Didn't mean to get out of the car. But I think I can catch up to it. Will we stop your car before getting out of it? And then as long as you're here, you can put the lights in too. Alright, operational copper patch. And we don't really need to have a second train for it, because I'm pretty sure the throughput limiter right now is just how fast we're mining copper. Like, you're waiting for a station to open up. You're only at 7.1 of 9.6. We're going to let that guy mine for a bit. He is at 10 million. And then we should be good. But we've got a 7.4, 3.5. We've got some patches down here. And we've got another big one up here, another big one up here. So we should be fine on copper. And the bots are doing their thing, assembling this engine factory. So I think that's a good place to leave it. Plan for next time is going to be finding a place to cram in an electric engine factory. I don't exactly know where that's going to go yet, but we have a ton of real estate down here that we can start using. We can extend this main line a little further so it comes out here. There's space out here that we could be using. There's space down here we could be using. There's a ton of places we could plug this kind of stuff in. And then we're going to start working towards... Why can't you find a path? Where are you trying to go? Oh, you're trying to go to the engine factory, but you can't because you haven't built that rail. That is unexpected issue. So I'm just going to let you think about that for a bit. I am going to make sure these stations are powered so that when we are done building them, they turn on. I should probably make sure you're wired as well. Like, I don't think you're wired right now. You're wired, you're wired. You are not wired. You are wired. Okay. All 4 of those are wired. Eventually that's going to turn on. This is going to turn on down here eventually. We're finally unloading plastic. We're just waiting for copper to come in, and then we'll have LDS. LDS is going to let us think about crafting our rocket silo and space platform starter pack, along with a little bit of space platform foundation, which we need to add into the main bus somewhere. at some point. But space draws ever closer. We continue to make slow, incremental progress towards sending a rocket ship into space, while building a robust industrial platform on Nauvis that we can work off of, probably into the mid game, if not entirely into the end game. So, the next time we play Factorio is going to be Friday, after we are done with Reset in Guild Wars 2. If you would like to know when that's going to happen, I have a Discord where I ping when I am going live on Twitch. I have a VODs channel if you would like to catch up on Factorio that we have played in the past. And I have a YouTube channel if you are a Guild Wars 2 holdover who's looking for guide content, patch discussion, reviews, etc. of what's going on in World vs. World. I hope you guys have a good Thursday, and I will see you for Friday Reset stream. But until then, take care. Have a good rest of your night.